Hi, my name is Jeff Helseth, and this is my BBE 2201 Do Something and Report It project. The topic I chose is electric vehicle charging stations. So I'm going to first give you a brief overview of kind of some electrical vehicles that are on the market right now. I'm going to move into kind of where there's a lot of them right now, and then at the end of the presentation I'm going to get into an example of a certain network of electrical vehicle charging stations that we have a lot of in the cities, and then after that point, that will be the conclusion of my presentation. So to start off with, we're going to kind of go over some electrical vehicles that are very popular on the market right now that could access these electrical vehicle charging stations. Three big ones kind of right now in the market are the Chevrolet Volt, the Toyota Prius plug-in, which is the second generation, and then the Nissan Leaf, which is actually an all-electric car. So you'd only be able to go the 20 miles or whatever it is on the battery power. And then after that point, you would need to find a vehicle charging station to charge up. In addition, the charging stations are also able to handle things such as electric scooters or mopeds, golf carts. Some golf courses have them there to, charge up their carts and save a lot of money on gas that way. And then as well as fleet vehicles as well. That's a picture of the Ford Transit electric. So that's a car that a lot of maybe companies might use on their corporate campuses to transport stuff about, and it doesn't really require a lot of long distance driving in there. So moving along, this is a map that I found on the Alternative and Advanced Fuels Data Center website. It kind of shows the distribution of charging stations throughout the United States. You can kind of see that all the big areas of it are kind of on the east and west coast, where there's a lot more dense of a population. In kind of the middle states, there's not as many. Minnesota has between 51 and 100 charging stations, while California has over 500. And that doesn't reflect the residential electrical charging stations that people may have in their homes or other places. And then there are states like Alaska and Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota that don't really have any electrical vehicle charging stations just because the populations are so spread out. And this was updated June 2011, so I can only imagine the numbers have climbed a little bit, but they're pretty much right around there. Alright, so now I'm going to move into a little bit more of my specific example of a electrical vehicle charging station, and that is the ChargePoint network. It is a national electrical vehicle charging station network, is the definition of it, and it is the largest independently owned one of these in the world. In the Twin Cities, there are just under 20 of these specific stations. St. Paul currently has the most of them, with 9. They were installed by Electrocharge Mobility, and the companies or cities will contact them if they want to have a station installed on their premise. Then after they're installed, the electrical vehicles can gain access to the service. They'll get a card in the mail if they choose to get a subscription, or each time they go, they can actually call a toll-free number from the meter and pay with a credit card directly. And then in addition to this, the whole ChargePoint network has an application for iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry users that allows them to access maps of the locations, which I'm going to get. So this kind of gives you the whole map of all the ChargePoint specific stations there are. You can kind of see, as I was talking about earlier, the large numbers in California and kind of in the more densely populated areas in the East Coast, as well as Austin, Texas. And then I'll give a little bit closer view of the Minnesota level. This is all the ChargePoint network stations in Minnesota. It's right about 17 stations, and some of the more notable ones are at the Mall of America, the Southtown Center, as I said before. St. Paul has 9 of them, and then there's one in Minneapolis at the Central Library. So then the mobile app that I was talking about before is free of cost. Any of you can go right on your smartphone and get it right now. It allows you to locate charging stations with an X amount of distance, as well as see the details of the charging station, that being the price, the level of the charging station, and the availability. There's 3 different levels of the charging station, and only 2 really on the most of the stations. Level 1, you have to provide your own power source for, so you'd have to have a cord in your trunk that you can plug in. And the level 2 charging station allows you to charge directly without use of a cord. They have a cord attached to it that you can run to your car. And then as your car is charging, it also allows you to access statistics about the start time, the end time, how long it took to charge, which port you were on, the location of the charger, the amount of energy you used. And then at the end of it all, you'll receive a notification when your car is fully charged. And I just wanted to go over the ChargePoint card one more time. It allows easy access to the electrical vehicle charging stations with the RFID chip that they have in it, so when you touch it against the station, it will actually recognize you right away. And then allow the notification to be sent to your smartphone or your email, which are all attached to your subscription. It will also let you view a history of all your charges, their starts and end times, the energy you used, where you were at, and how long it took. But that pretty much wraps it up for the first portion of my presentation, and now I'm going to send you off into another video that will show a little bit more in depth on how to use the station specifically. I hope you enjoy.
Alright, so here we are at the ChargePoint station at McMurray Field in St. Paul. I have my ChargePoint card here, which gives me access to the station here. You can also use the toll-free number they have on there to pay with a credit card or another method. Alright, so I have the ChargePass card here ready to go. I'm simply going to take it. It has RFID technology in it, so when I touch it against there, it recognizes it's me and it authorizes this ChargePoint station for my use. And it's going to unlock the level 1 portal here, where I'm going to be able to plug in a power cord and run it directly to my vehicle. If I were using the level 1, I would know that I need to bring a cord with me to plug in here. So now you can see on the inside there, you just simply plug the cord, run it to your car, and then as this shuts, it recognizes the cord is placed in there and it will lock right in this position. So the cord can still run out and run to your car and provide power, but no one can come up and mess with it. And then also, the second level charging station is also here on the right side. If it would let us do it right now, I'd show you, but you can unlock it out of here, run it to your car, and then you wouldn't need to provide your own plug-in cord. You'd have it right here all the time for you. So that's the charging station.
StockMusicBoutique.com preview.